Hey everyone, welcome back to the Degen Z podcast. We have a lot of cool stuff to cover this week. Sadly, we had a mishap with our original recording of this podcast. The audio was all messed up, so we're gonna redo it. And this will be slightly shorter than most of our other podcasts. But we got some cool stuff to talk about today. We got a new anime season, uh, and obviously it's now spooky season, so we got a bunch of cool stuff to talk about today. I'm Matt.
I'm
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. I'm
Hey,
still
you.
Rob.
I'm
Hey,
Dustin.
still Rob.
Alright, I'm Jax. And I'm Dave. What's up? What's up?
Hey,
Happy
yo.
spooky season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spooky month.
It's spooky month. So, boyos, favorite Halloween candy? Let's hear it.
Okay, well, candy or Halloween candy?
Favorite?
I mean, what's the difference? Like,
Okay.
is there candy that you only like it around Halloween and the rest of the year, like, this is disgusting?
No.
Because, like, yeah, there's some seasonal candies, but if that's your
Yeah.
favorite Halloween candy, then that's your favorite candy.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'll say what I said last time. I choose. So there you go.
I choose
Lemon heads
Good.
Lemon
are the
head is a good
best.
choice.
Because like I like the lemon flavor, but they're not like
sour.
they
Right.
are kind of sour,
bit.
but not like super sour.
Mm.
They're just like
I'm-
like just a little.
They're kind of sour. Like they are at first. they get a lot better the more you
I guess.
have it. But I'd say my favorite. We're getting into Nerds gummy clusters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Those are good.
Oh yeah.
Any notes is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or Starburst for me.
Do you like the tropical Starburst or just
Way
normal?
better. Tropical is so much better than original, and
I haven't
nobody's
had
gonna tell me.
Really?
tropical in a
I don't like
while.
the tropical. I
Yeah.
like the regular
I
better.
think the regulars, but I like pink the most.
mm,
Mm, I like.
That's just
I like the
strawberry.
orange, underrated.
Orange is alright.
I'm the weird one. I like yellow the best. So
Yellow is a close
there-
second to pink.
Is
I'd
there
say.
grape flavor?
I think that's in the
Mm,
tropical one.
Not in the original.
there's
think
no
so.
there's no
Mm.
grape in the tropical.
There isn't?
either. I don't know.
That's
where
so
you
weird.
drink.
You would expect them to
Alright,
have a grape.
Wait, Dave, what's your favorite? Because I don't even remember the answer you originally gave.
I don't remember what I said either, but since I have the lemon head sour thing in my head, I really like anything sour or like that's
Mhm.
so candies I like would be like Sour Patch Kids, but they're not really that sour.
Yeah, those are right.
But I also like just any sour gummy worms.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. I
Like
can eat a
inject
whole
that
bag.
shit. Hmm
Mm. Do you prefer sour chewy candy or sour hard candy?
Chewy.
I like chewy over hard most.
Mm.
I agree with
Mostly.
that.
Yeah.
So do you like sour punch straws too? In that case,
I've only had that a couple
Yeah.
times, but yeah,
I
that
don't
is
think I've
something
ever
I
had
like.
that.
Okay.
so if y'all haven't tried this, actually like drink through a sour punch straw. It makes the
Oh my god.
it makes the candy like a bit
Wait,
like
what would you-
more
what would you-
firm.
What drink would you drink through one of those?
Oh, I just drink soda.
Oh my god.
Uh,
What if you
It-
drink
Sugar
like,
soda.
drink like milk through it or something?
Absolutely
Jail.
not.
ew.
I'm just over here thinking about what about like hard Mountain Dew?
Oh,
Well,
sour
hard
punch
Mountain Dew
straw.
tastes like
That
could
fucking
work.
candy,
That could
so
work.
it would work.
That
Yeah.
could work.
But damn, so I really am the only one here whose favorite candy is not a like fruit flavored candy.
so
Cause
yeah, go ahead.
I would say my favorite is like peanut butter cups.
Yup.
That's also really
I mean, they're
good.
good.
I sort of categorize chocolate and like non-chocolate candies separately. 'cause
Separately, yeah.
There was one
I
person I forgot who it was. Someone I know or knew that doesn't even classify chocolate as candy.
That's bizarre.
Like they said that there's
Like-
candy, like the fruit flavored stuff that we've been talking about, and then there's chocolate, which is its own thing. And I'm like,
I mean,
No.
yeah, like I see them
I
as
kinda get that.
different, but they're both candy.
they're
There's
both
chocolate
definitely
candy, and there's candy that is not chocolate. Like all candy is not chocolate, but and not all chocolate is necessarily candy. But like, if it's mostly chocolate, it's probably candy. Like,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted in the comments. I don't want anybody
Chocolate
saying like
cake.
chocolate cake, chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Like, no. But like, if it's a individually wrapped chocolate, little square or bar or whatever, that's candy. The same way nerds is candy. Now,
You
do
don't-
I personally hate like nerds? Yes. But
Oh,
like,
He's
it's
pushing him.
candy. They're both candy. I just can't believe I'm the only one here whose answer to the question, what's your favorite candy, is a chocolate candy.
I just don't think of chocolate when I think of candy a
Yeah,
lot.
it's too. I don't know. I think I find chocolate just the stereotypical like candy thing. So like I don't whatever. Like
I do have favorite chocolate bar, and it's just a plain old Three Musketeers.
Ooh, Three
Valid.
Musketeers
I
are good.
love
Crunch bar.
and eat it.
I'm
Crunch bar.
always
Crunch bar.
torn
Probably
on my
Twix is
favorite.
mine.
I'm torn between Milky Ways and Snickers.
Ooh,
For me.
Milky Ways is fire, and there's like
Mhm.
all the Milky Ways are good. There's like the original, the caramel, and then there's the Halloween one. Speaking of Halloween,
Oh
what's
yeah.
it called? The Milky Way Midnight or something?
yeah, midnight dark or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah,
good.
those are Midnight Dark Chocolate. They're
For-
all bangers.
For me, with
Speaking
the
of
you want to go?
oh sorry,
Yeah.
speaking of chocolate, dark or light or milk chocolate.
I'm
Which
a
one is y'all's
I'm a
favorite?
I'm a whitehead, to be honest. I like white.
Whitehead? Okay.
Yeah.
milk chocolate and then white chocolate and then
Quite
dark
possibly the worst choice of words I could imagine. I'm a whitehead.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That's fair.
Oh god.
All right,
Sir, the question was milk or dark chocolate. Why?
Dave, I'm just thinking of the wall. I'm just thinking of the wall now.
Yeah. I like white chocolate too, but I can only eat so much of it before I'll probably start to get sick of it. So
Yeah.
not-
milk chocolate. Dark
Okay.
chocolate's too bitter for me.
I like dark. I
And-
can have all of them. Like I'll have all of them whenever it's offered. I usually hate fucking Hershey's, but I don't mind their cookies and cream one because that's like white
Ooh,
chocolate.
those are good.
The cookies
Yeah.
and cream is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's see. Spooky month. Know what else is spooky? What else is spooky? Being a Broncos fan in week 3 or week 4, whatever was just the last week of football, because my God, they got absolutely slaughtered by the Dolphins.
yeah, week
Mhm.
3.
Week 3, 70-20. 70-20.
You don't see games like that very often.
No,
for
that's
sure.
like a college football game where you have like a super OP school against a school you never heard of. But you just don't see that in the pros, like ever. Like literally
Yeah.
ever. Was this scoregami? Or
It was
Or-
scoregami, and I think it was
Okay.
like the second or third highest score all time
yeah.
in the NFL.
Mhm.
And it could have been higher.
Yeah, it could have been
but-
higher.
But Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Dolphins, decided they were going to sandbag their last drive after they got like a 20 or 30 yard reception out of nowhere to put them in Broncos territory with enough time left to score a whole ass touchdown, let alone kick a field goal. Because, for whatever reason, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I'm beating a dead horse. I'm trying to be respectful. Brother, I don't want to hear respect. It's 70-20. Like, you put in you loaded the field with backup players. You were in the stands talking to fans during the game. No amount of kneeling on the last drive when it's already 70-20 is going to make up for the fact that you were literally off speed dating in the stands. Like,
like imagine you're okay.
Huh?
Kind of a gruesome comparison, but imagine you're like cutting off someone's fingers one by one. Finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3. You cut off 9 fingers, and then you're like, well, I gotta leave you with your left pinky. I'm not crazy. I'm not an asshole. Like,
Yeah, I'm respectful.
I am a dignified human being. I will leave you with 1 finger. I am so benevolent.
And it's like the first, like, you know, 4, 5, 6 fingers, you were like involved. You were very involved in the process,
Mhm.
and you're like, talking to them as you're doing, be like, yeah,
Evil
blah, blah,
laughing.
blah, yeah, you're involved in this torture. But from like the 6th or 7th finger all the way till when you stop, you're like, you shove a rag in their mouth and you're taking a phone call.
Yeah.
As you're cutting these fingers off. And it's not a legit, it's just like you're talking to your accountant or your dentist, and then you leave the last finger, you're like, I'm respectful. It's like, brother, you were scheduling an appointment for a root canal during fingers 7 and 8.
Like I would almost say it's well, no, I would say it's like a disservice to the Dolphin players themselves because they were like this close to setting
record.
a record, and by no fault of their own, they are just not allowed to achieve the record because of what coach says. And it's like you come so close to achieving something that not everyone even gets a spitting chance at. And
We're
then
this close to greatness.
yeah, honestly, like it was just very disappointing to see.
Yeah, we were like,
and yeah,
most of us were watching that, like the last few minutes of that game, the final drive, and we're like, 76, 77, 78? Oh. And then they just start kneeling, and we're like, huh? We're like, guys, there's 90 seconds left. You just
Like-
had like a 20 or 30 yard reception.
Literally the first
You're
play of that drive.
you're on their half. Go. It's gonna be lit. Like you get a free touchdown. You scored 70. There's no way they're stopping you from scoring 76. You have undisputably the highest score ever. Go.
mhm.
And they just kneeled. I mean, really though, like, what was Mike McDaniels gonna do if they did drive and score? What's he gonna do?
Yeah, I
Yell at them, make them run laps? I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Personally, if I'm on the Dolphins, I'm just turning my earpiece off. I'm like, let's run it. Let's go. I want it. I want 76. Let's do it.
Wait, so what is the highest score then
I
currently?
think 73. Yeah, 73.
Bro, definitely could have made it then.
They could have. They were
Oh my
literally on the
God.
Broncos half with they got a first down on the Broncos half with like 2-ish minutes left.
I mean, they were
in the
honestly
fourth
close
quarter.
enough to attempt a field goal.
Oh, they definitely could have easily, but they also, could have just scored a touchdown
Yeah.
with very little effort. And for whatever reason, they're like, nah, I don't want to do that. It's like, you guys already like beat the Broncos to fucking death, bro. It's 70-20. They're hanging on to life by a thread.
Mhm.
There's no hope.
Honestly, Mike McDaniel should have worn a clown costume to the press conference.
I feel like he was just jerking himself off, and then he like nutted and was just like, I had post nut clarity, and was just like, nah.
clarity.
Yeah.
Right after.
And he's like, he saw the football and it turned blue, and he's like, oh shit, and then he gave him blue balls or something.
Okay. So McDaniel's definitely should have worn that clown costume to the post game press conference. Speaking of costumes, what kind of costumes have you guys worn over the years for Halloween?
Banana suit,
Oh yeah, banana suit.
tablecloth.
Scooby
what
Doo.
is it? How you-
Scooby
Wait,
Doo,
wait, what?
Okay.
Harry
Wait, you dressed
Potter.
as Scooby Doo?
Yeah, Scooby Doo. Well, when I was very young, Scooby Doo. I think I was a pumpkin, or that was my sister. I don't remember. Uh, Power Rangers. I forget which one. I think it
Yeah.
was the red one. Harry
Red one.
Potter. Mario. Sasuke was probably the most elaborate one because I had enough
Sasuke.
hair to
Really?
pull my hair back, and then Okabe from Steins Gate, and then that's about.
I remember that one.
Yeah, he was just wearing
Yeah.
a hot suit.
Yep.
Yeah, you were sweating in that, dude.
I was Power Ranger, Harry Potter, Superman. I think like when I started dressing up in like middle school, I started to just wear like scary masks instead of like I would just wear like a black hoodie and like a mask, because I thought that was like cool looking. But then I didn't dress up really after that.
You just see someone wearing a mask of Mitch McConnell and go, ah!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah,
want to
what
make
about
a
you?
Mitch McConnell costume scary? You gotta dress up as young Mitch McConnell.
Oh no, he's hot.
No, ew, no.
just kidding,
Oh
I'm just
no,
kidding.
he has years left on his life.
For me, I dressed as a Power Ranger for like 4
Yeah,
years, I think, when I was a kid.
Power
And
Ranger.
then after that, it was probably more like video game characters. I don't remember all my costumes. I do know I went as Mario 1 year
Yeah,
in like middle school. And then I think we did a couple of meme costumes. I remember, I don't remember what my costume was, but I remember my friend went as Jake from State Farm. And it was the easiest costume ever. He just
Khakis.
literally khakis and like the red polo. And he just put a like "Hello, my name is" name tag on. It was great. And then after that, it was mostly anime stuff. So like Kirito from Sword Art Online, Law from One Piece, and yeah, that's most of my costumes.
Mm.
Mm.
What about you, Rob?
I think I only dressed up like twice from middle school to now. Other than that, it was all before middle school. I did Power Rangers probably once or twice. I think 1 year I was like a ninja. I don't remember a lot of the costumes. I think there's a picture of me at home from when I was like under like 5, where I was like a crayon.
You're a
all
crayon.
right. What's your
Yeah, crayon, like a purple or blue Crayola crayon.
what's your favorite flavor?
Hey, I'm not in the Marines. I don't have a favorite flavor.
Is it the Marines? I thought it was the Navy. I don't know.
I think it's the Marines.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's this running joke where people who served in the military, I think especially the Marines, it's this running gag where like either veterans or active duty, they're like,
It is Marines.
"Oh, what's your favorite flavor of crayon?" Because it's like an inside joke where it's like, to be stupid enough to go out and do do this shit, you'd be stupid enough that you'd eat crayons because you think all the different colors taste different. So
Aren't
it's
the
like,
Marines known as the
what's your
dumb ones?
favorite? As the what?
Aren't Marines not Marines? Yeah, the Marines. They're known as like the dumb ones.
Yeah.
I think.
That's
I
why
think
it's dumb.
I think the Marines, and I also feel like the Army is known as like the dumb ones. But anyway, going back to costumes.
Yeah.
I think in 7th grade I dressed up as like an executioner. So I had like a full length like black cloak with a hood. I had some mask over my face. I don't really remember what exactly it looked like. And then I had an axe that was like as tall as I was. So thinking like
3 feet tall.
How? I was in 7th grade.
4 feet tall.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
probably like the axe was probably like 4 feet tall. And I remember trick or treating that year in that costume, and I remember the axe broke partway through. The handle
Ooh.
like broke halfway. So now I just have like a 2-foot axe, and I'm like, this doesn't fucking work.
you have an axe and like a bow staff now.
Yeah, that's not
Just
what an
an axe and a
executioner
stick.
has. I had my good like 4-foot tall axe, thinking like the executioner from the opening scene of Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know, where it's
Mhm.
like you're being sentenced to death for crossing the fucking border or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And you're watching everybody get their heads chopped off. And God, I remember playing that when it came out in like 2011. I had not played any of the prior Elder Scrolls games. I just saw trailers. I'm like, that looks sick. I want to play that game. And I don't remember my early impressions, but I don't remember being scared of that scene,
That's not.
which I feel like is a little surprising that I wasn't scared when the literal opening scene of the game is dudes getting their heads thwacked off with like a 6-foot tall axe.
I think the reason why it's not scary is because you literally see a guy try to run away and he just ragdolls when he gets shot in the back.
Yeah, but the
It's so
people who
funny.
get their heads, that was funny, but the people who get their heads chopped off, like, they do. Like, it's not like they just like poof and disappear. Like, you see the whole thing where the guy brings the axe down and their head chops off and falls into a basket.
Imagine being
And then their headless corpse tumbles off to the side.
Imagine being like a diehard Skyrim fan when you die from like, I don't know, you commit a crime and then you just say, my ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials, can you say the same? And then you get fucking shot.
My God.
Oh god.
Oh god. You know what game did scare me though growing up? Now that I think about it, I think I was playing Fallout New Vegas.
Really?
Was probably close to yeah. Weird game. I was probably close to the same age. I don't remember exactly how old I was at the time I was playing it. Because it just came free with my Xbox. I don't think I went out and
Like Uno?
bought it. Like I wasn't like
Uno.
super interested in it, but I wanted to try it because it came with my Xbox.
Uno,
Like
yeah.
Uno.
And I played it for a little while, a few hours or so, and one time I'm playing it, and it's one of those games where they have like the combat music.
Yeah.
You know, when an enemy is nearby and they've aggroed on you, they
Why is the
start
music
playing the
playing?
different music
Why
than
is
when
the
you're just
boss music
walking
playing?
around. And I'm walking around doing my thing, and I hear the enemy music, and so there's like an indicator at the top of your screen where it's like that little like strip compass, like same thing they have in Skyrim and some other games as well. Where like it can show like mission icons, it can show like the cardinal directions, and if there's an enemy and you face them or like face in their general direction, it'll show like a little red mark on that compass. And I don't know how I managed, but I'm looking for whatever enemy is nearby, and I do a full 360, and I don't see it, and I'm like, what is it? Like what's happening? Like, what's going on? I hear the combat music. I don't see the icon anywhere on that little compass. And so I turn again because it's still playing, and I'm like, what's happening? Like, I have to fight. Why am I not seeing this enemy? And I turn around, I look behind me, and there is a fucking enormous like pit bull sized spider.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh.
3 inches from my face, and I fucking screamed, and I just turned off the Xbox. I'm like, nope.
The one
Peppers.
time I got
No, thank you.
scared in Fallout New Vegas was when that fucking guy runs out of, I don't know, Nipton or some place, and he goes, "Hell yeah, I won the lottery!" And then I just shotgunned him in the face because on reaction. Because I wasn't facing him. I wasn't facing him, and it just automatically goes into the dialogue, and I just quit and shit him with those. Oh god.
No.
God.
I will say spiders in
Yeah.
video games are probably the scariest, and the last time I actually got scared at a video game was when I was playing Out of Everything Satisfactory, because you go in a cave and there's just
Oh, I
you
know.
hear
I know
skittering,
the cave.
echoing, and then you see a fucking spider just pop out of the darkness, and people get and it's just so out of left field that they're in the game, because there's only like the only other enemy is like a wild hog or something. It's like everything else is just like, okay, all right, giant enemy spider like right there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yo,
Um,
I would play Prey.
no,
played
well,
the-
It's like-
which
Like
Prey?
the demo or the beta.
Which
I assume
Prey?
he means the newer one.
Okay,
The newer one, yeah, where you're in space or whatever. The space station.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's scary, but like,
interesting.
yeah, because it's just like it's a random piece of furniture. You could just walk straight by it, and it just comes and attacks you because it turns back into its
Mimic.
like
Yeah.
alien life form mimic thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So
I-
there's possible jump scares around it, but that's probably the only real scary game I've played.
For me, I like unsettling stuff more. So have you guys ever played like Soma?
No, I haven't heard of
No.
that.
So that's by the
thing.
same people who made, I believe, all the Amnesia games. I'm not completely sure. I think so. But it has to do with like your consciousness being uploaded into a computer.
AI.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, like copy and pasting your consciousness. So, and the whole plot of the
Gotcha.
game is that your main character is gonna like die in 6 months or whatever because his brain is bleeding or something. So he goes to this scientist lab for like a test, and they scan your brain, but in his perspective, and this happens in the first 5 minutes. When they scan your brain, when he takes the helmet off, he's in an underwater research station. Suddenly, like like hundreds of years in the future, because his brain got loaded into that thing. And you explore it, and you're like the only human alive in there because there is an apocalyptic event above. So the only survivors are in there, and you're the only one that seems to be
How
alive.
convenient.
Yeah. So it's a good story. I recommend you guys play it just for the story. There is some horror in it too, but it's very just unsettling, the theme with like humanity and stuff in there. Anyway, so it's
mm.
Mm.
Would you consider zombie games as scary or no?
no.
No,
No.
I think they're just
Okay.
tense.
I would say it
Okay.
depends on the game.
Yeah, I mean Call of Duty.
I-
No.
I guess.
No, obviously Call of
I don't
Duty,
know. I can't
but
think of a zombie game that I think is scary. They're just tense.
I guess like I didn't play it, but I guess like Last of Us probably in certain situations it could be scary.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
But other than that,
I do remember playing Dying Light, the first one,
well, yeah.
Oh
and it's
yeah.
the one scene where it's like it's turning nighttime,
Oh yeah, they
and
all
you
go
like
berserk.
look to your fence, and then I don't know what they're called, but like the feral one or whatever, they like pop out right in front of you, and
Yeah.
then a
Mm.
chase happens, and you have to get back to safety.
Can I-
I'd say that was one of the scarier moments.
Can I say something about fucking zombies? Why in every single fucking video game or movie they don't call them fucking zombies except for Call of Duty? It's like, oh, they're brainers. The brainers are coming after
The
us.
living
Or-
dead.
walkers,
the walkers, and I'm like,
claws.
guys, the word zombie is not copyrighted by Jay Romero or whatever the fuck his name is. You can say zombie.
That's not a term that exists.
Yeah,
in
it's
their
it's somehow a
vocabulary.
universe where the concept of like the living dead zombies just never existed up to that point. Like you would how even in medieval times, I'm sure they fucking like thought about it. How it's almost like a I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna do a fucking stupid transition. Okay.
I think the scariest thing by like the best jump scare I got was either from Bendy and the Ink Machine or
Mm.
just one of the many times we played Devour, because the Devour jump scares are good like on their own, but I think the first one that got me was because it was so loud. Like it made me
Yup.
throw off my headphone, and like the clip is out there somewhere of it of me like just being like, oh my god, and like, it was so loud, and
Nah,
it really
bro.
got me.
The first few jump scares every time we play Devour, I fucking like yell. I'm like, "Wah!"
Yeah,
I
can
just
hear you in the
remember
background.
I just remember Rob's like voice in the distance when he's upstairs in the house in whichever one map that was, where
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
just
the
we're just
farm.
walking in another room and we just hear him, I found the bitch! I found the-" like all the way away from us.
Yup. And then in the
That's so good.
same run of the same level, like later in that session, just I found the bitch again.
Yeah.
Oh, those are some of
Oh,
my
man.
favorite clips to rewatch from your stream,
No, I
Dave.
I like the one where I scared Dave in that map. Nothing had really happened yet. I don't even think the monster had been activated, but I just decided I was gonna be a fucking weirdo and like crouch around the corner of a hallway in the pitch black. And I'm just chilling there quietly, just sitting there waiting. I hear everybody else talking because the game has a proximity chat you can use, and I'm just like sitting there. And I know which way they're coming from, so I'm looking away from that way. And I have my flashlight off, and they come walking around the corner, and Dave's walking in front with the flashlight on. And he just hits me, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I swear,
My soul left my body, and all it was
I
this
scared this man
motherfucker
half
just
to
crouching
death.
on the ground.
I was just chilling, scared my man half to death.
It was fun for sure. Would
I
do it
want.
again.
Yeah, was that the I think that's the closest I've ever gotten, Dave, to dying.
Mhm.
Was that moment there?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, speaking of moments close to dying, let's is there any time in y'all's lives where y'all have come very close to the end of your life?
Yep.
I mean, every time I drive, I guess.
Yeah. I'm having
Damn, what type of
flashbacks to him
driver are you, Jax?
going 100 miles per hour to Taco Bell.
In the state of Florida.
You know
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
yeah.
Goes at least over like 20 over the speed limit, including me. But
driving
Bruh.
80 just to get the checkers.
I mean,
Yeah.
that deal is gonna run out
90.
soon.
Actually, no, dude, it's 2 for 6.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Still, like, is that a permanent thing?
Yeah, it's 2 for. Well, they increased it from 2 for 6 to 2 for 6.50.
Checkers only has good
Ooh.
fries.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Dust, you said you had an experience.
Yeah, I mean, other than shitty driving, yeah. So I went. I've told this before, I think, but not on the podcast. I went snowboarding. Let's see. I guess it was sophomore year of college, so it was a couple of years ago. So I went back home. Right. It was. I think it was yeah, it was the winter before COVID hit. And I went back home, and at that time I was living in Long Island. So me and my dad went up north to a mountain, a skiing resort or whatever, just for a day. And then we took a hotel and then came back. And we went on. It was my first time on the mountain. I've done like the little like kiddie hills before, but it was my first time actually going down a mountain. And I went like the first 2 times fine down. It was kind of scary though, because you're going down, and when you're going down, and I'm a snowboarder, I'm not a skier, you go pretty fucking fast. Or at least it seems like you're going pretty fast. Like it feels like you're going 30 or 40 miles per hour down this fucking mountain. And then you stop. Well, the third time I went down, what happened was it started to get really windy when I was snowboarding. And basically what happened is the wind was so strong that it started moving me toward the edge, and I couldn't like lean, so I'd go back toward the center. So I was gonna hit a fucking tree, but I managed not to do that. And then two, it actually rotated me while I was going down the hill. So I ended up doing a full 180, and I was going down the hill backwards, and I couldn't see where I was going. And then I hit a patch of ice, and I just instantly whipped down and smacked the back of my head. Luckily, I had a helmet on, but I smacked the back of my head on this ice really hard. So that really fucking hurt. And when I fell down, I'm like, well, I'm probably gonna die now. Like when I'm falling. And I hit it. I was surprised. I was like, oh, I'm fine. But it just really hurts. And I got up, and then I got checked for a concussion, but I was fine. But I'm like, if I didn't have that helmet on, I actually would have died, because I hit that shit hard. So
Yeah,
Funny enough,
Oh, so your PPE.
yeah.
my near death experience is almost exactly the same as yours.
Yeah.
So I was snow skiing a long time ago. And my family, we typically go snow skiing about once a year, typically in different areas of the world. And one of the places we went had this crazy black diamond
Ooh.
course that we went down, which is, if you don't know the sort of tiers of courses when you go snow skiing, it starts with like the green, and you get the
Yeah.
green circle, and you got the blue square, which is like intermediate, and then it goes up to black diamond, and then double black for experts. So we were on a black diamond, which is a very difficult it's sort of like the hard terrain areas. And this was the worst decision we made that day, was going on this particular trail, because it it was just ice all the way
Oh.
down. And at one point, and it was steep too. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like a flat surface either. It was very steep. And I fell about halfway down, and my skis came off, and I had no way of like sort of stopping myself other than my like praying that my feet would catch on like some snow, and it was extremely terrifying. I managed to somehow maneuver myself away from anywhere that was near the trees, and it didn't end up too bad, but that could have gone very bad very quickly.
Yeah.
If I was near the trees, I could have definitely died.
Yeah. Because you know when you're going down a hill like that, you know you can feel it that you're going too fast, that if you hit something you're gonna get seriously hurt. Like you're like, if I hit a tree, I'm gonna fucking die. Like my arms and my legs are gonna fly off like they do in the cartoons if I hit the fucking tree. So it's scary. Yeah.
Yeah, snow skiing and snowboarding is definitely one of the more dangerous
Yeah.
sports out there,
And expensive.
especially if you're yeah, it's expensive and dangerous. And I mean, if you don't know your limits out there, you will get hurt. Absolutely.
Yeah.
My near death is I wouldn't even classify it as near death. I was on vacation with my family at some resort. I think it was somewhere in West Florida, and we went to the pool, and it had the pool at the hotel, and there was a big water slide that emptied out into the deep end of a pool, and I wasn't that strong of a swimmer yet. I mean, I'm still not, but at the time I really wasn't, and lifeguard was not lifeguarding, and my dad had to jump in and get me. I think the current of the water from the slide itself would have pushed me into shallower water, but you know, when you're a little kid and you're in a big deep part of the pool and can't swim that well, you're not like thinking about that like, oh, I will be fine. It's I'm not fine right now. Help me now. So in my mind, I was about to die, but I probably wasn't.
Yeah, I feel that. I've been pushed into the pool and like couldn't swim at that time, so
Mm.
I've
I
also
get that.
the one time actually that I almost drowned and my dad had to do the same thing and jump in was I was at a pool party when I was like 2 or 3, and I was sitting on the steps, and then it was around the time where I was like I was grabbing the edge of the water and holding myself up, and you know how you do that fucking Spider-Man thing in the water? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Where you put your feet on the wall and then you put your arm like you're holding the ledge and you're looking like Spider-Man. Yeah, I was doing that shit.
I know what you mean, but I haven't.
Yeah,
done
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was doing that and I was like 3. So, and then I don't know, I think somehow or another, I think one of the other kids on the steps accidentally like hit me, and then I let go and fell in, and my dad had to jump in and get me. So, I just got unlocked that memory.
Yo, props
Yeah.
to the dads.
Yeah.
Right.
Rob, what about yours?
I was gonna say Dave just unlocked my memory because I'm sitting here thinking my nearest to death experience is not very near. It's just one of the times I was a dumbass riding a skateboard without a helmet and I
Oh.
fell off and whacked my head on the sidewalk and got a concussion.
Ow.
Cool. Like you actually got a concussion?
Yeah, I actually got a concussion. And I was like bleeding from the head like right above my right eye, like right on like the edge of my eyebrow. And I still had to go home
Yeah.
because I was leaving from school and I was like, oh, God damn, I got fucked up, and I was like, I got on the board and I'm like, I can ride, and I I rode home like that. But Dave
Yikes.
just made me realize that actually, I think my nearest death experience was when I was like 3 or 4, and we were visiting my uncle in Atlantic City, which is I can't remember. It's in Pennsylvania or in New Jersey. But we were at the beach, and it was like me, my parents, my aunt, my uncle, and I don't remember if anyone else was with us. Maybe like my sister or something, and maybe like a cousin. But I got caught in like an undertow, like right at the edge of the water. Like I wasn't even like out in the water, and there was like a rip current or riptide or whatever. I was literally walking along the edge of the water. Like the water was probably at the highest, like going up to like I don't know, like my ankles or something. And I remember just getting yanked. It was literally like someone like grabbed my foot and pulled me out into the water. And my uncle and my dad just both like jumped up and had to fucking yank me out of the water. And I think that is probably the closest I've been to dying, was that. Still, I don't think it was very close, but I think that's as close as I fortunately have gotten thus far.
Hey,
Speaking of people dying, very good new anime this season. If you haven't watched it already, I highly recommend watching it. Free Run Beyond Journey's End, which I think all of us except Jackson have watched.
I watched it.
Oh, good. Because
okay.
you hadn't watched it on Friday.
You can put the gun away now, Rob.
Right. Everybody here has watched it. And it is a show about this elf girl who is part of an adventurous party that went off on this 10-year mission to kill the Demon King. They were successful. They all made it back home. Everybody celebrated. And the rest of her party is like 2 humans and a dwarf. Humans obviously living, like relatively short lives comparatively, like at most like 100-ish years. Dwarves living a few hundred. But the main elf character, Freerin, could live for thousands of years. And the show is basically just about her coping with how different the passage of time feels for her versus her companions, and like seeing them grow old and die, and just how she grows and how all of that impacts her. And
Let's.
it has been so fucking good. Bitches with white hair. If y'all watched the last episode, thank you, but also you know. I love bitches
yeah.
with white hair. Freerun has white hair. 10 out of 10
pair of
already.
pants later.
Visually has been great. Sound has been good. Voice acting has been good. I have had no complaints.
I mean, I think it's fine. The story's new and all, but like, I don't think it's like one of the greatest. Like, it's a new idea on like they're doing the post journey stuff,
Yeah.
but like the actual like artwork and I guess I didn't think it was just I didn't think it was amazing like top tier. I just thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought.
Mhm.
I mean, I read the manga, at least the first volume, which the first 4 episodes basically cover. I guess 5. I haven't watched the 5th one yet, but I think it hit a little harder in the manga. But the anime is doing a good job with it's solid. And I think I said last time that it's not a 10 out of 10, and I don't even think it's a 9. I think it's somewhere between a high 7 and a low 8. Where it's solid, it's decent, it knows what it's doing and it's doing it well. And there doesn't seem to be really any issues, but it's like it's not the best show I've seen, but it's very good. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
for the genre.
Jax, how many episodes have you watched?
I watched all of them.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Damn, now
Yeah.
we're behind. Well,
Yep.
at least I am.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a bit behind. Yeah.
But yeah, Free Run, very good. What else is coming out?
Eminence
This
in
season or
I've
Shadow.
Got a
Here we go.
list here.
Yeah, me and Matt I think have covered the most so far. Like we've seen the most stuff that has aired this season.
Shangri-La Frontier.
All right, well, let's
Yeah,
just run through real quick.
Matt and I watched Shangri-La Frontier yesterday.
Very good
right?
first episode.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Solid
Yeah.
first
It
ep,
was solid.
enjoyed it. Honestly, I was surprised with
Same.
how enjoyable it was. If I had just judged it off of that thumbnail, I would not have watched it because I'm like, that looks like dog crap. And then Matt and I watched it. Not that bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good. The second episode came out today, so I know Rob and I are
content.
probably going to be watching that later.
I'll join you.
For sure. Awesome.
But,
And Deco Boko is something that me and Rob really enjoyed last week
Yes.
when we watched it. It's also called The Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And interesting looking Phoenix in that show. It's very funny. It's very funny. There's a few other shows coming out this season. I'm just going back through them
Win
here.
one.
We got Spy Family season 2, Doctor Stone season 2 part 2 comes out. We've
Shield Hero
got
season 3,
Shield
Goblin
Hero
Slayer
season 3.
2.
Yep. Goblin Slayer
Um,
2. Yep.
It's stacked.
anyone have any hard recommends or warnings to talk about before we have to wrap things up, unfortunately?
I mean, my hard recommend's gonna be Spy Family.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
I mean,
Give
you
me
can't
more.
go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Show it to your friend. Show it to your girlfriend. Show it to your mom. Your grandfather. Show it to everyone.
I wanted to say.
No, they'll love it.
I wanted to say and I mentioned this in the last one with Freerin. I think I mentioned that it would be a good show to get your grandparents into, because I think they could probably appreciate it more because it has to do with the passage of time. So, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Free Ren, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think my hard recommend would be 16-Bit Sensation. We've only seen one ep of it so far. So it hasn't. It's not like we've seen a lot of the story, but I like the concept of it. It's pretty much this video game creator wants to go back to a time where there was a lot more passion involved in game development. It wasn't all, corporate and money hungry. And it goes back into there around 1993 when there was a lot of really passionate developers and games coming out around then. And it's a very interesting concept. I want to see where it goes. I would definitely recommend watching the first episode. I want to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I like the first step as well.
All right. I guess any last thoughts? Because we do have to end it pretty quick.
Yeah, don't fucking watch Paradox Live the animation. For God's sake, it's an anime about a hip hop like rap tournament thing, and for whatever godforsaken reason, all the rap that and hip hop or whatever that has gone on in the first episode was straight dog shit. Like, oh, it's fire. No, it is a bag of dog shit on fire is what it is. Out of the gate, I was they like open up the episode with a song, and I'm like, wow, this is really a bad start. And then they have like one or two more songs in that episode, and all of them I'm like, yikes, how did you?
Yeah.
Who greenlit this? Like, who did you show this to anyone under the age of 50? Or like who has hearing?
Or does it just sound like the corporate people thought it sounded nice, and then that's why they did
it? It's just bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's a ton of English words, but it's bad. The cadence of the music isn't good. And like the random English thrown in, it's just weird. Like it's supposed to be like this hype shit where it's like, yeah, we fire. It's like, who the fuck are you? Why are you fire? You haven't shown me shit.
You have no talent.
Show me why you are fire.
You have no talent.
It's like you haven't established anything, and it's like the whole track is about how fucking cool you are. It's like you sound like shit though.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, those are my last words.
All right.
But yeah, I'm sure like next week we're gonna go a lot more in depth on a lot of these shows, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of shows that I want to talk about, and absolutely this season honestly is pretty stacked with a lot of at least decent shows, and a lot of great sequels. But yeah, I think that will go ahead and do it for this week's episode of the Degen Z podcast. Sorry for the short episode, everyone. We tried recording before. We had about 3 hours of a recording, and sadly the audio was very messed up. So we wanted to get at least something out to all of you this week and get you guys at least an hour.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, fuck you, OBS. Okay.
No, now it won't work.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. I've been Matt.
I, according to reports, am Rob still.
I am Dustin.
I'm Jax.
And I'm still Dave. Have a great week, y'all.
We'll
See you next time.
See you
Love y'all.
Friday.
See you next time.
Friday,
Yeah,
10
we will see
p.m.
you Friday
to 12:30
for a properly full-length episode with functional audio.
Yep.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. All right. This stream will be uploaded on the YouTube channel Flaws Gaming. Don't forget to check it out, and I might put some bloopers from the failed stream on there as well in another video.
I'm just you talking.
Yeah. We can use it for soundboards because some of the shit I say out of context is actually pretty funny.
Oh God, he did this on purpose. He just wanted outtakes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll see you around. Have a good night.
See you.